keep searching for the things I don't believe, and you've been on my mind. I want you next to me, 'cause I've been dying just to sink in your ocean. I can breathe. Oh, the sunset standing still, slow and subtle when you're near. When you're near, in your ocean, I can breathe. I can breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. Breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. I can breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. Searching for the things I don't believe, and you've been on my mind. I want you next to me, 'cause I've been dying just to sink in your ocean. I can breathe. Oh, the sunset standing still, slow and subtle when you're near. When you're near, in your ocean, I can breathe. And subtle when you're near. When you're near, in your ocean, I can breathe. I can breathe. I can breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. 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 In your ocean, I can breathe. Breathe.
Hello, hello, WHRNY coming to you live from the once smoky Big Apple, and possibly some other places. Stay tuned for the show and some guests, but first, the DJ tip of the day. Don't forget those headphones. You're welcome.
I can breathe. I keep searching for the things I don't believe, and you've been on my mind. I want you next to me, 'cause I've been dying just to sink. I can breathe.
I can see your mind. I'm looking deep in your eyes. Deep, I can see your mind. I'm looking. I don't even know what you've been looking for. Funny how you show me the way you like to love. Every time I open up, you got me right here where you want me. I've been waiting for too long. Oh yeah, you got me burning. Deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking deep in your eyes, looking looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking deep, deep in your eyes, deep. I can see your deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. Deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. Looking. I'm down and dirty when I mess with them. They just don't understand. I'm not giving up. I send a message they can comprehend. I write it big and red, all on the wall. Yeah, I do it for the love, 'cause the rhythm is enough. That's the only thing that gets me through. Yeah, I do it for the love. When it's all said and done, need the rhythm, but I don't need you. I can't keep quiet, I can't turn it off. Screaming from the top, keep looking up. I write the story, I make the rules. No matter what I do, I get it done. Yeah, I do it for the love, 'cause the rhythm is enough. That's the only thing that gets me through. Yeah, I do it for the love. When it's all said and done, need the rhythm, but I don't need you.
And now, a public service announcement. Remember, folks, the radio waves may be free, but that doesn't mean you can steal the neighbor's antenna. Keep it legal, people. Come on.
It was dark in the night, all alone. I saw something that startled my eyes. It caught something up in the clouds, came to life like a ghost, and the fading light as I looked to the sky. In the moment, I think I saw a moment. I think I saw a moment. I think I saw a I think I saw I think I saw I think I saw I think I saw I think I saw
Coming home to the highs and the bright lights. Be in my body and out of my mind. I know that I'm one step closer to feeling myself here now. And when the tears start falling, I'm gonna let them out. 'Cause we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel alive. Yeah, we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel alive. And all I wanna do is let the music take me, come and heal my heart and unbreak me. Yeah, we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel Learning to love all the things that I can't change. The melody flows like it runs in my veins. I'm not gonna hide from the rain, no, I'm gonna let it fall down. And every teardrop lands like it's right where it's meant to be now. 'Cause we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel alive. Yeah, we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel alive. And all I wanna do is let the music take me, come and heal my heart and unbreak me. Yeah, we dance and we cry to feel alive, feel alive.
Hello, hello, WHRNY coming to you live from the one smoky Big Apple, and possibly some other places. Stay tuned for the show and some guests, but first, the DJ tip of the day. Don't forget those headphones. You're welcome.
Light on her toes, dancing in heels, her eyes on me.
Hello and welcome to Helix Records New Music Friday. This is your first time. If this is your first time watching, this is our regular weekly space where we hang out with some of our incredible artists, go through some of the releases from the label, and just fill you in on everything that's been going on in the background. Today we are super lucky. We've got two incredible guests. First of all, we are joined by Kaleena Zanders. Welcome, Kaleena. How you doing?
Fabulous, honestly. I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking the time. I believe you're in Seattle right now, on the other side of the world from me, but through the wonders of
Yes.
the internet, we can hang out and chat about your EP, the Patchwork EP, which came out last Friday on Helix Records.
Yes.
And it was an incredible build up to that release. You had a Billboard #1 US dance mix show hit with Vibration, which was a
Yes.
collaboration with Alex Mills and Shifkey. How does it feel now that the release is out in the world?
It feels okay. So first of all, I got a better response to the whole EP than I expected. I it's not I think when we're artists, like we get in our heads so much that like we overanalyze every facet, every part of of anything that we put out. So I'm relieved because I'm not stressed anymore. I'm relieved because it's like it sets the tone also for like new music and everything I have in the future. I'm very happy, very happy. I think this is a really strong start for like my very first dance EP, literally my very first one. So
Oh, totally. It couldn't
yeah,
be really a stronger start, if
yeah,
I do say so. Like, you just the singles did really well. There was a really, really great response to the EP.
hmm,
And just some incredible collaborations like throughout the
yeah,
whole EP. I mentioned Shifkey and Alex. You've worked
hmm,
with Paul Harris, James
yeah,
Poppy Bascom,
yeah,
Adam Novador, Leno.
yeah.
How important is collaboration in your music, and how do the kind of collaborations tend to come about?
Yeah. So before I was doing dance music, I was very much like a loner singer songwriter just by myself. I did rock music, whatever. So like not until like I got into dance music where I understood that collaboration is actually key and the best. Partly because it is hard to come up with, or I don't know if it's hard, but like to come up with like little top lines that are like, you know, maybe not one liners per se, but it's very short. It's not songwritery. So it's like you need other minds sometimes to just help you like cut out the fat, you know, or to help you like not overanalyze like something and just feel, And I think that's what dance music is just a lot of feeling and a lot of like just yes. Even if it's like an emotional song, it's always just like you're upbeat and like, you know, it's that four on the floor, obviously. But yeah, I think collaboration is so important because you get so many different perspectives and especially in dance music today, like you can literally do any style,
Totally.
So yeah,
It's really
and
interesting. Sorry, go on,
yeah.
carry on.
Oh no, that's it. I mean, you can do anything you want.
I
So
was going to say it's really interesting what you're saying about, kind of stepping away from that traditional songwriting like format, like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge,
hmm
like all this kind of thing, and kind of
hmm
just working on hooks. And I think that's something that dance music, it's becoming more and more a thing of, tracks are getting shorter, it's getting hookier and hookier.
yeah.
What kind of challenges does that kind of put you in when you're writing music? Do you find it easier or harder if you have to kind of do it that way? Or
I think both. Like I work really well under pressure. So like if you're like, let's get a song done like in the next like hour and we need the hook like right now, like that's my vibe. Like I can do something like that. But like overall I prefer not to, just because like it would be nice sometimes to it is nice to like take your time with a track, spend however many hours, go back and listen to it, and then like, analyze it some more. And I noticed like everything is so quick in music in general. Like they're like, let's just spit it out. And then like that's good. Like it's just like I'm kind of over that in a lot of ways, but like I don't know if I answered the question, but but like
no, totally.
yeah, but like what was the question though?
I just think it's funny, like like it's when I speak to a lot of songwriters and a lot of the way like
Yeah, yeah.
things I think used to work. You'd literally write like a full song, maybe just to
Right,
like
right, right, right.
piano and vocals, and it would literally be
Right.
like a verse, chorus, bridge, like very
Right.
well structured song. Whereas like a lot of dance music now, it's I work with this writer called Nathan Nicholson, and he has this phrase called ear candy, where it's like just
Okay.
like little like kind of sweet hooks, and it's kind of like all the song is basically a chorus and then a chorus and then a chorus and then a chorus.
Right.
If you know what I mean, like it's
Yeah.
just pure like hooks the whole way
Just
through.
hooks. Yeah. I think that works really well. I mean, especially in dance music, because you only have like a limited amount of time to catch someone's attention.
Yeah.
And so I try to think a hybrid, a little bit of singer songwriter stuff in the verses, like a tiny bit, but like the frequencies or like the melody has to be like a little bit like higher or just engaging like right off the bat. Like with In Your Eyes, it's just like, I don't even know. It's just like, you just know that's like, oh, sick,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, totally. It's infectious. I think we were saying that
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, like the reason why we do this show on YouTube and the best part about it is we can listen to loads of music in really high quality. So I'd love to play Vibration. Do you want to maybe introduce the track before I give it a quick spin?
Yes, Vibration is literally one of my favorite tracks, maybe just ever. Like, not that I've done, but just like love it from an outside perspective. I love the message and the energy, and it was an amazing time working with Shiv Key and Alex Mills on it. It came out so natural, so fast, and like everyone was just like super happy. And we barely had to make any changes. So I'm obsessed with the song, Vibration.
30,000 feet above the ground. You know I'm on a mission. From the corners of the world, I feel the sound. Take me to your speaker. Gotta work to find the frequency. It's calling out for you and me. I'll find you in the melody. It's love and vibration. Gonna find you in the frequency. It's calling out for you and me. I'll find you in the melody. It's love and vibration. Riding down the world up in the clouds. Follow my intuition. Yeah, yeah. From the corners of the world, I feel the sound. Take me to your speaker. Oh, yeah. Gotta work to find the frequency. It's calling out for you and me. I'll find you in the melody. It's love and vibration. Gonna find you in the frequency. It's calling out for you and me. I'll find you in the melody. It's love and vibration.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is an absolute vibe. Yeah, wicked track. I love like there was a point where you started like trying to sing along. Like I always find it so hard to not sing along to these songs. Like I
Yeah.
know my mic's on as well, so I'm just gonna be like, love and vibration.
That's right. I was miming it, I suppose. Yeah.
No,
Oh.
super cool, and massive congratulations. You know, Billboard #1 dance music. You know, it's a huge moment. What like
Yeah.
Were you expecting that from it, or was it a total surprise? Or
Yeah, it's like one honestly, it's one of those things that I wrote down like on like my manifestation board, but like you really don't think like things like that will come true. And I mean, you do, but not like this, honestly, because that takes a lot of different variables for something to go number one.
yeah,
So, yeah, and I'm a big dreamer, and I feel locked in with a lot of, universe and, frequencies and things like that. But this actually shook me just a little bit. It did. But I did have the intention of like when we were writing this song, I wanted to like save the world, if that made any sense. And like the best way and be like a superhero in a lot of ways. And so that was like the best way I can communicate that in this song.
obviously.
Also, I was influenced by MJ too because do you remember Captain EO?
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you remember like when he had these like big songs where you just felt like you were just like invigorated and just like that you could also save the world? Like I literally had that intention for Vibration, and I just can't believe it in a lot of ways that it just literally like came out like that. And it has that essence, like when I go, um, uh, take me to your speaker, oh yeah, that's very like Michael Jackson. And then the other part, what's the second bit? I don't know. There's this where it rises up and my voice like goes up or whatever. Wait, take me to your, oh yeah, oh, I'ma find you in the frequency. Yeah. It's calling out for you and me. Like that. Like it's very Michael Jackson. So I don't know. I just was like channeling that energy of like I
Your
think
voice is insane. Like the power is unreal. Like yeah,
yeah.
incredible. But that's actually that's what I love about your music. It's like
Yeah.
your voice has this kind of like nostalgic kind of like 90s
hmm
influenced like sound. It's like super kind of familiar and yet refreshing. And then
Mm.
you couple it with something like that track, like Shift Key's really like kind of modern approach to the
Yeah.
production. It just works so well.
Shift Key is a master at production. He really
Yeah,
he's outstanding. Like he's like A grade, like beyond he's like something out of this world. So
totally. Lewis,
yeah.
what a nice guy as well.
Yeah. And Alex is such a like ray of sunshine and has the most positive energy ever. And like I think just all things combined, we were just like
Yeah, no, totally. It's like a dream team, really. Like
yeah.
she's in a way you kind of have like a similar, they're both very like big vocals,
hmm
kind of like 90s influence. Yeah, I think I like yeah. No wonder it's an absolutely
Yeah.
awesome track. I
Yeah, thank
mean,
you.
you must have I was, how do you kind of come down, it's a 5-track EP. I imagine that you spend a months, years working on an EP and kind of building up a bunch of tracks. How do you decide which tracks end up on the EP and what happens to the ones that don't make it?
Yeah. Well, overall, I'm just always trying to find a theme and a way to tell a story. So instead of, getting in my head thinking about like this track, that track, all of these different things, I'm like, what am I trying to convey?
Yeah,
And I know, like literally, I legitimately know that my voice has a 90s influence. And, I know that like it would make sense for me to do something that has a tinge of that. So I think in this EP, I was looking to also like pay homage to a lot of the Black vocalists out there who, previously maybe didn't get credited or like just to really be bold and like kind of say and kind of like yeah, literally pay homage to that because that's where like those are like my genre mothers.
totally.
So yeah, I mean, I literally, and I also I've had my own experiences just kind of being the side piece behind in the background, being a featured vocalist, and I know how that feels. So it's just like I wanted to just be bold with it and like this is here, if this is not for me, it's for everyone. Or for and a lot of Black vocalists who experience being shafted. So that's that. And then also I love telling like stories. Like I put like this sort of like I call it KI, like instead of AI, it's like it's me but like a robot. So like I love like I don't know. Again, going off of like maybe it's my inspiration from MJ. Like I love how he always told stories in his music and like
Yeah,
you can go on a journey. And so I honestly, like, that's something that I try to think about when I'm putting together an EP, like how can I go on a journey with somebody? So
And so then the tracks that don't make the cut, are they those kind of, do you pitch those out to other people? Do they go in the hard drive for maybe next project, or?
To be honest, this one was hard too because I only could choose 5.
Sure.
So there was like 2 other ones that I was like, I really wish this could have been a part of it. But for the next 2, I think we're gonna revamp one of them or 2 of them actually, and put them on the next bit. But it'll just have more of that sonic sound, instead, just like redo it in a lot of ways. And then I rarely pitch out. I just because I'm in the mode of like trying to build up my own catalog in a strong way. Like I haven't been pitching out songs.
Yeah.
But I did recently get signed to Cobalt
Oh, nice.
for
Congratulations.
publishing, which is amazing. So Tessa's gonna help me like with songs that if she can get my grip off of my songs, then like
I guess that's the hard bit though, because they're
Yeah.
like your babies, and they're
Yeah.
like, what do you mean I've got to give this to someone else? Like,
Right. Yeah. But I'm flexible because now I think having a publisher will help me level up like the bigger artists that I would love to take my songs. Of course I would love like, someone like Lizzo or I don't know, whoever would be sick and big,
no,
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that extra thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. Where's
Yeah.
Lizzo? Let's get her on the phone.
Yeah,
Get her on the New Music Friday. So
yeah.
I got to ask, so what is your favorite track from the EP, and why, I guess?
Okay. So my favorite track is In Your Eyes
Okay.
because it's, first of all, the tempo. The tempo is at 130, and that is literally the speed that I'm on. Like I'm always just like, I'm like super hype and just like energetic, and also I feel like it ignites that energy when I'm like performing. Also, it was so fun to make. I did it with Adam Novador, Leno, and Stevie Appleton.
Yeah.
And we just it came out so naturally. It's always the songs that come out so naturally that where you don't have to overthink it, like that are usually the best ones. And we were just like, we felt like little kids, like we were like bopping around, just like, and like no pressure, we weren't like, this is for that. And I don't know. And then I showed it to Lisa, and then Lisa's like, this is hot, so it was just like, I don't know. That one kind of came like out of a curveball because I was working on other songs for the EP, and then this one came out of nowhere, and I was like, yes, let's add this one. And it has a bit of 90s. It has a little bit of like kind of that, how Crystal Waters used to make those hypnotic top lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it has that. It also has. Do you listen to Minimal House at all?
I mean, probably not as much as I should.
So Minimal House is interesting. It has a lot of nuances and clicks and like little like stabs. So it has a little bit of that in it, but it's so like big. So I don't know. It has everything that I am inside of that.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
let's definitely give it a spin after that introduction.
Okay.
In Your Eyes. Kaleena
Yeah.
Zanders, track 1 off the EP.
Mm.
I can see your mind. I'm looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking. I don't even know what you've been looking for. Funny how you show me the way you like to love. Every time I open up, you got me right here where you want me. I've been waiting for too long. Oh yeah, you got me burning. Deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. Deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes, looking deep in your eyes. I can see your mind. I'm looking.
Rewind.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
wicked tune. So
Thank
you're
you.
saying you wrote that one with
No,
Novador,
yeah.
Stevie Appleton, Leno.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that crew, at least producer wise, Novador and Leno, will probably be working on a lot of my future tracks too, because I had such a blast working with them. We've already made some more, and I found like a good synergy with them, you know.
Totally.
So, which is always what I like. Like, I really don't, I really like working with my friends and people I know, because like, you know, you build up the camaraderie and you just start to know each other. It's really hard doing like cold sessions and stuff,
100%.
which happens all the time, and I never quite understand it.
No, totally. It's really interesting. Like, there's like a few sort of things that kind of tend to come up like every time we do one of these shows, and things people say. And it's the one thing you've just said, where I prefer to do sessions with friends, and you know, other people have said to me like, my kind of plan with collaborations is make friends with people and then collaborate with them after that and kind of work that way.
Yes.
It's just super interesting how, you know, everybody kind of has the same sort of perspective, of
Yeah.
what works better and what doesn't work better. Again, what you
Yeah.
said earlier about the tracks that just flow out are often the ones that are, you know, the ones that do end up being the most successful, and the ones you're trying
Yep.
really hard at.
Yeah.
But yeah, super interesting. I wanted to ask you about like your work as an advocate for, you know, kind of underrepresented, marginalized people in the music industry, you know, female
Yeah.
vocalists, people of color, queer voices in the genre.
Yeah.
I know you released a remix package for your single Reload, like the Reloaded
Mm-hmm.
EP, if you will,
Right.
which was just like exclusively, you know, people of color, queer artists, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you got attention from Forbes magazine when
Mm.
releasing that. What inspired you to take on the role of like advocate and champion for those kind of people in the dance music industry? And can you tell us more about, you know, your vision and mission behind the work?
Sure. Yeah. So now you just looking at me, you know, I'm black. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm an advocate. Just naturally, I was born being an advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gay. I'm a woman. Like, I'm every single cause out there. I was born a cause. So like, yeah, I just think naturally, without being overly like, I'm vocal in a, not in a way where I'm just like, yes, like I'm not fighting. I want to bring together. That's more of my mission, and incorporate and create visibility. And that's mostly like how I don't want to create like a divisive like attitude, you know what I mean, or disposition.
Sure.
So for me, it's just it's literally being visible, coming together with other creators of color too, and that's specifically for Reload. Uh, they were men because it was inspired by the George Floyd, what happened. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of black men are treated poorly. Just literally, they could be walking down the street and be picked on for no reason, and by anyone. And it's just, it's really sad, and
Yeah.
it kind of goes, obviously it goes deeper into like slave times in America. It goes deep into when black when when they were brought from Africa, and then dividing up the families. Like, it just is so deeply rooted, our conditioning around black people and black men specifically. And then they're also seen as being scary, which is crazy. And it's just like, I just need it, or animals. And the reason why I feel like these police officers can, they feel like they can kill them, is because they're seen as kill, as like, as things to hunt, as men to hunt. So I just wanted to specifically get together with with other dance artists, you know, to just create visibility, really, and just say we do positive things, we do amazing work, we are successful, you know, we are out here, and like, reload on love. Like, it's literally like, stop shooting us, reload on love, you know. So that's kind of like why I made that EP during that time.
Totally. I mean, it's really interesting because we sort of started off, I mean, earlier on in this interview talking about how you know, you sort of you're with this EP, you're recognizing kind of the work of like a bunch of like black musicians from throughout the 90s. I know
Mhm.
from speaking just kind of primarily from UK dance music, it's a
Mhm.
huge black influence in the music, African, Jamaican, you know, influence in all dance music in the UK,
Yeah.
and that's definitely like spread across to America and you know in Chicago and all this stuff.
Mhm.
It's why do you think that like genres that are essentially kind of have their foundations in black music take so long to really kind of fully respect the contribution that's been given?
Well, you got the good old colonizers. Just people, I think inherently when people see something that's really good, people, whoever it is, groups of people, when they see something that's, they think they need to have, people will tend to take it over, like, um, or instead of understanding that basically they're just inspired. That's all that's happening, is really they're like, wow, that's really cool, I want to do it too. And for some reason, instead of incorporating the artists or the creators, originators of anything, people take it over. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why there isn't like this, like, again, togetherness to elevate some sort of a genre, and then also keep the faces of these people, like, of the faces of black people, the faces of LGBTQ people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why it's so crazy. And part that could go deeper into our psychology. It could be like because of our religions and things. Who knows why it gets to a point where it's no longer like why we're like erased in a lot of ways. Who knows? I don't really understand that part. It could be greed. It could be greed. It could be money. It could be a lot of things. But I think that's also why, like, previously, when I started doing dance music, like, I would make sure my name was everywhere. I'd make sure I was in, pictures. And so it's like, I don't want to be erased from my voice. I don't like my voice. I'm a person behind here. I'm a creator. And, that's why you'll see me and they're also all my friends, but it's like, that's why I really try to create, literally just see me on the internet with so and so, literally just see me,
Yeah,
because that's really important. I mean, everyone else does it, like, they're seen with their homie or whatever. It's like, why wouldn't you want to see me? And it's like, and if you don't want to do, like, if you don't want me to be on it, or like if you don't want me to see me with you next to you, then like, I'm not the artist for you. I'm not the person that's going to be doing your project.
totally,
Because it's
totally.
important, it's really important for us to just have natural integration of a lot of different types of people. It's literally a no-brainer to me.
No, 100%. I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bold and go a little off script. I just had an idea. I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you about this question, which is what's your kind of views on, you know, basically once a year, platforms like SoundCloud, Instagram, all this stuff, sort of change all their sort of logos
For
and do
pride.
this kind of Pride Color Month or Black History Month. You know, we've got to kind of
Yeah.
um there's a lot of people who say that that's just basically showmanship and not actually achieving very much, you know. But if you look at their Middle Eastern accounts, they don't do the same thing, and these kind of things. What's your view on that?
I feel both ways. I feel actually they should keep doing it. Like,
Yeah,
don't just, even if there are complaints, keep showing the visibility. The corporations, any corporation, that's always, I know it's always a probably an internal battle within their company, but as long as it's showing the visibility, just like we're here too, regular people. And every it just, I understand that it seems performative for a lot of people. Like, I think the biggest thing that needs to happen behind this performative action is that you need to pay the creators that are, yay.
hey Barry.
um I think they need to pay the creators that they're using, like, pay that black person, pay that gay person that they're using for whatever their brand is for that month. Because oftentimes I get asked to do things for free for those months, and
Sure.
I'm like, listen, I'm already under marginalized. I'm already in a certain bracket, whatever. Literally, pay me and pay the people you're asking to be a part of your brand for that month.
100%.
Yeah.
No, totally. I mean, like that's how it works with every other kind of sector and area. So yeah, why does it not work that way for that?
I had a
Hey,
huge Oh, sorry. One last thing. I had a huge company, huge, like you would be mind blown if I said it, like ask me to do like a full blown show for free during Pride Month. And I was like, I'm sorry, for their brand, you know?
Sure.
And I was like, I don't think so because like I'm not gonna make you look good just so you can be like, yay, we have a gay person. Like
Yeah, exactly.
mm,
Sort of just only for their own benefit.
yeah.
So yeah, if for those wondering, that is chapter and verse, Mr. Barry in the bottom right corner.
Yay!
How you doing, bro? You're on mute. Oh, he's having troubles. Anyway, so
I'm not having
tell you
trouble. I'm
what.
here.
Oh,
Oh, hello, mate.
I'm up with the muck cons.
So we've just been hanging out with Kaleena and chatting about her patchwork EP and a whole bunch of other stuff. I think we've probably got enough time to play one more track off the EP. Actually, I wanted to talk to you quickly, Kaleena, about your live shows. You played at EDC the other day, Splash House.
mhm.
You know, loads of incredible festivals, Snow Globe. You've played at Coachella before.
Yes.
Like how important is sort of live performance for you as an artist?
Mm. Live performance is probably one of my favorite things. It's so funny because when I was a kid, I was really shy. But I guess my mom noticed in me that I was a performer. So she used to put me in musical theater. And I didn't understand why. I was like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm shy, but she's like, you're always like acting out stuff and like, you know, being crazy. So she put me in musical theater when I was young. So I got to kind of tap in and hone those skills and like what that means to like not break character and just keep the, you know, keep the show going. And I even did that in college a little bit too. So, so yeah, I just like kind of have developed this like natural ability to perform. And then over time, I started to really love performing and love curating things and for people and make and seeing people happy and you know from whatever experience that I'm giving out. So yeah, like live is super important, and I'm so thankful. I got signed to Wasserman in the fall last year, so we've been going like crazy. I've been performing on more festivals than I ever have, and shows than I ever have ever, and I'm really like pushing myself and testing like my limits and stuff. I played sports when in all throughout my life, so I kind of have that sort of like, yeah, let's go get it. Like, and I was also a basketball coach, so like I'm like coaching myself, and I'm the player, and I'm just like trying to dunk. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that's how I feel about shows right now. Like, and it's so fun though, and I'm learning so much. So
That's incredible. So do you, I
yeah,
mean, I'd love to play one more track. I'd love to play
yeah,
Me Without You by Party
okay.
Peoples. But before you do that,
Mhm.
have you got any gigs coming up? I think you're playing tonight, aren't you?
Oh yeah, actually yes, I'm playing Beyond Wonderland this weekend, in at the
Ooh.
Gorge So really beautiful venue. Tonight I'm playing the campgrounds, and then tomorrow I'm playing the main stage at 4 p.m. So yeah, I'm actually really stoked because I heard it was really pretty.
Incredible. Oh
Yeah.
mate, I will literally wish I was there. It's festival season now in the UK, so I'm like can't
Ooh.
wait to just get out and about.
Mhm.
I know Barry will be at a few. What are you eating there, mate? You got some little watermelon sweets?
I've got some strawberries, mate. They're
Okay.
one of my five a day.
Yeah, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So before I play this, thank you so much, Kaleena, for coming
You're
down.
welcome.
It's been absolutely incredible hanging out,
Hi,
chatting with
Kaleena.
you.
Hi, how
Hi.
are you?
Yeah, we'll hook up next week. I've been a bit busy, but we'll hook up next week and do something.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
I was saying
That's good.
Kaleena's coming
He's
to the UK in September, Barry. So
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I'm going to America for 5 weeks,
when?
and then I'm back all August until the first week of September. So probably 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm
Well,
going to live in LA.
we might miss each other.
If you're lucky.
the only time is like at the crossover. You'll both go the opposite
I
sides.
know.
I'm sure we'll work something out. Anyway,
Absolutely.
let me I'll let you get off, Kaleena, but before you go,
Okay.
I'll play this Me Without You track with
Okay.
Party Peoples.
Sweet.
That's already on 10 million streams. Congratulations.
Oh, ow.
Here we
Let's
go.
go. Thank you.
In the night, there's a part of me I keep in disguise. I compromise my emotions and I keep them inside. I put myself away, locking in Sunglass survive. Ain't no labels 'cause you can't put a price on this kind of love. I put myself away, locking in so deep, but I'm falling way too deep. Ooh. Said I don't have to change, but you're changing me. I feel better being me. Ooh, I'm not me without you. 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 I'm not me without you.
Okay.
Take a leap without you. Now I just know I couldn't even be without you. Feeling my love. I couldn't even be me without you. And your love. I'm not me without you. I'm not me without you. I'm not me without you. I'm not me without you.
Wow, love it. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Kaleena, for coming and joining us today. Hopefully,
Thank you.
hopefully it's been fun. Little break from your Seattle hotel.
Oh, this is great. I love that. I love to take little moments. It's always honestly, I get more moments away from home than when I'm at home.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's
Got
better.
it. What's home like for you? Is it like super busy?
Yeah, it's just like constant. I mean, everything's always constant anyway, but it's just like a different pressure. You're just like just like and I also live in LA. You know, LA is fucking insane. So
Have you not got like a little like home studio like Barry where you can go and hide out?
well, I'm actually gonna be fixing up one. Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Be-
I may. I'm. Yeah. I have to figure it out, but I'm gonna be either making a space within my room or I don't know. Who knows? But I'm definitely gonna be creating a more of a sanctuary for my musical expression.
You just got to have somewhere to run away from the family.
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for coming by. I mean, feel free to hang out. I'm gonna chat to Barry now about his coin flipping and
Okay. Well, yeah. No, I'm gonna get going because we are gonna be taking a shuttle and I have to clean up.
Cool,
So,
cool.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Great. I can't wait to see you in
Thank you.
September.
Yes, of course. Bye, Barry. Bye,
See
Ben.
you. All the best. See you later.
Bye.
How you doing, dude?
Bye. Let's bounce some teeth.
Are those your teeth, are they?
I just found some teeth. Yeah, I think they're from the dentist when I got my teeth whitening things. I've just kept them. I don't know why they're in here.
Are you missing one here, mate? It looks like it's missing one, like on this side.
Yeah, that's it. That's an implant. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So, yeah. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you for coming by. Congratulations on the release today.
Thanks.
I knew this was going to go well. I could tell the moment I invited you down. The first guest to bring a mold of their own teeth to the intro.
And a lot of sweet.
So how you're sitting in your home studio right now. Where are you in the UK at the moment? Yeah.
This is like a mini nightclub, man. Like, I've got a set of decks here. Like, it's a little studio here, a couple of speakers here, a couple of Genelecs, keyboard. And like, it's enough room for probably like a party of 10. But it's a full-on mini nightclub. I made it in COVID. And I made it for people to come and party, and no one's ever been and partied in it, ever.
So wait, so you did it in COVID, obviously not during the Boris Johnson Christmas party.
No, I made it in COVID, at the start of COVID, and the idea was to like make it into a club, not for people to come and illegally party. However, I would have done that, but just maybe for when COVID stopped. Obviously, when COVID happened, it was going to be sort of 2 or 3 months everyone was expecting. I was like, I'll bang a little club. I played some people in this little club. I make it cool. I made it cool, and I don't let people in here now.
And so
Well,
what
I'm
you
not-
use that? Go on.
You know what? I'm rarely here, as you probably know. Obviously I've been here for the last few weeks, but normally I'm not here. You know, I've got a lot on, so I'm normally out and about. You know.
Yeah, you play live a lot, don't you?
Yeah. Well, America is coming up. I'm playing tomorrow, Ministry of Sound in London. I'm playing Ushuaia on Wednesday,
Okay.
and then I'm playing Brazil 2 weeks after that, and then 2 weeks after that I start America with 15 shows. So
Yeah, I saw your North American church tour.
man, I just had to get my visa sorted. It's run out.
They're gonna let you back in. I'm amazed after what happened last time.
My behaviour is exemplary.
That's what I've heard. So let's chat about Breathe, your track that came out today on Helix Records featuring Know Me. How did that kind of come about? How did you write it, and how did the collab come about?
Initially, I know Know Me's just had a beat put #1 with West End and Noizu, but that's not that. We'd done that. We'd done the song Breathe before she had that. I actually got offered that vocal, but I didn't get a clean a cappella quick enough if somebody else did it. So I think the a cappella demos came from Cobalt from Tessia, and I just picked that one because I picked that one. I thought it was the best, so it came through sort of the Ultra Helix network, and then we decided to work on it. I tried to do something a little bit like different, a little bit like tech house, but lights go out, kind of thing. There was a little bit of melody in it as well, so it's a bit different. I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's wicked. I tell you what, let's give it a little spin. Do you wanna intro the track before I play it?
Are you going to spin it?
What's that?
You're spinning it, aren't you? Not me.
Yeah, I'll play it. Yeah, I'll play it. Yeah.
I'm not prepared for this. Yeah, this is my new track. It's called Breathe, featuring the amazing Know Me. Let's go.
In your ocean, I can breathe.
Brand new.
I keep searching for the things I don't believe, and you've been on my mind. I want you next to me, 'cause I've been dying just to sink in your ocean. I can breathe. Oh, the sunset standing still, slow and subtle when you're near. When you're near, in your ocean, I can breathe. I can breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. Breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. I can breathe. In your ocean, I can breathe. Searching for the things I don't believe, and you've been on my mind. I want you next to me, 'cause I've been dying just to sink in your ocean. I can breathe. Oh, the sunset standing still, slow and subtle when you're near. When you're near, in your ocean, I can blow and subtle.
Yeah, vibes. That's a roller, mate. Banger.
I've actually just done a similar one with Camden Cox,
Oh, Camden's great.
which is fucking sick as well. To be fair, the vocals are wicked. The thing about Naomi, is she can do like multiple genres. She can
Yeah.
do like all sorts of stuff. I'm getting some more vocals off her. She's really good. She's a really good singer, really good artist.
Is that how
So-
you tend to work? Do you get kind of vocals, you just get a cappella sent to you and you just have a bunch of instrumentals and
No, I listen to the demos, and I never take the songs ever. I just take the vocal and I start
Sure.
from scratch. I never take the track and work on the track. I just take the I take the I very rarely even listen to it. I don't want to. I don't. No, because I
yeah,
don't
you don't want to get
I don't,
like, yeah, I know
I
what you
don't want to
mean.
get pushed into something which would go against what I want to do in the first place. So I very rarely listen to it. If I get an idea, somebody will come to me with an idea, and I'll just say, "I'll send it a cappella." I don't really follow. I do the ad prod and stuff because I see it as kind of like trying to. I don't want to use the term polish a turd, but do you understand what? If something's wrong anywhere, then I'm starting off the back foot. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
easier to start from. It is easy to start from scratch and put things in the right place or not the right place to me. You understand what I mean?
No, 100%.
It takes the same amount of time as it does to start ad prodding stuff that isn't exactly right. It takes the same amount of time because you're always compensating for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, 100%. I think that's like I guess the fun thing about like, or the interesting thing about getting the acapellas, like it's like when you get the demo, it's like one person's vision of it. But then I guess when you've done your version, it's like a totally different vision of essentially the same song.
Yeah, you tend to like come across things when you go, like what I do is I tend to like get the rough map of the song, get the bass, get some kind of melody, and then I tend to come across samples that I want to put in different places. Like on this one, it's like that kind of afterlife, like melodic, big, I don't even know what it is, synth sound.
Yeah.
So I came across that sample from, I think it was in Serum or something, and I kind of like the siren again. That's just a sample out of Luke Cloud. I come across it, say, "Oh, that'll fit there," you know. And I kind of as I go along, I kind of just find bits that are, you know, I think are suitable and just put them in, you know.
Totally. And so like, I know anyone who follows your sort of Instagram will know you're, you know, a really good DJ. You play live loads. How long have you been DJing for?
What date are we on now? Probably 4 years in July. 4 years in July. In July. My first show ever was with Medusa. So like, and I've been DJing about 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how did that come about?
My friend at the time we'd just been to Ibiza, me and my mate. I said, that DJing looks easy. That's literally when I started. That looks easy. I bet I can do that. And he's like, oh, of course you can. And he's their promoter in Sheffield. And he was like, oh, well, I've got a show with Medusa. I went, I'll do it. I'll support it. I'll play. It's like, what? I said, oh, I'm a DJ now. I just made it up. Literally 3 weeks later, I went to the club. It was Code in Sheffield. And Matt Medusa was playing. At that time, I'd only had a controller and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I went, and played on some Nexus 2s, but I didn't know how to use them. I worked it out in about 10 minutes because I had to. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been playing that music. But yeah, so that was my first dome with you there.
And where's your favourite place to play, country or club?
It depends how I feel at the time.
Sure.
It depends on, like, a lot of the places. Like, it's been a big learning curve for me because obviously I got thrown in the deep end. My first American shows was EDC. At that point, we'd just come out of Corona. I'd done about something like 6-7 gigs ever.
Yeah.
So I hadn't done 10. When I played at EDC, I hadn't played 10 shows. I'd never seen a set of Nexus 3. I'd never seen a V10 mixer. I went on stage at 4:30 in the morning after Joshua looked down. I thought, what the fuck are these? I had no idea how to use them. So I'm like, play me one more song, Josh. You play me another song, and I had to look. And then I played an hour and 20 minutes of my own tunes.
Nice.
Didn't miss a beat. I don't know how, but I did.
Do you tend to play your own music in your own
Try
sense?
to. It's difficult because, and everybody will agree with me, when you're playing when you play your own music so much and you hear it so much, it becomes pretty monotonous. When you're playing songs over and over and over again, and people will go, "Oh, that's incredible," and you'll be like, "Well, I don't really like it." And the thing with me is, because I create so much music that the output is so much, very quickly I kind of move on from something that I've done before. So I see everything behind me as being behind me. So something comes out, something comes out a year and a half after I've done it, I generally don't like it because I feel like I've come on to such a stage where I want to always improve, and for me, I don't see something as being like Dreams. When I did Dreams, it was one of the first tunes, and I never really liked it. Never. Let's Go Out. I like it. Some bits that could be better. The best tune I'd say ever has got to be Ashes. It's a bit of a weird tune, but probably that's the best tune I've ever done. That's because it's
your favorite, or exactly.
The best because it's so groundbreaking. No one's ever really done anything like it before. It's trance and tech house. No one's ever. It shouldn't really work, and it does. It's done probably 10 million streams, but when I tried to get it signed, no one would touch it. When I tried to get Let's Go Out, I got offered a compilation on it from In Rotation, and I was like, man, this song's better than that. Is that
because I've seen you're setting up your own record label now? Is that sort of to do with making it easier for you to
the thing is obviously I've got to deal with Helix, and I'm looking at the other labels, and other labels, because I know the industry, I work in it, I know what they're all doing, so why not do it myself? I know all the promo companies. I can service the records. I've got a lot of friends now who will also service the records for me. I'd rather earn money for the project and spend it on the project because that's what I do. So and as well, I see a lot of the labels, and I don't understand how some of the big labels. I don't understand how they manage to mess stuff up, and I've seen that on a number of occasions. So I'm gonna, I feel like I can do a lot better job than most of them. So that's why I'm doing it.
Fair enough. So what's next then for Chapter and Verse? Like, do you have any kind of I know we talked about the North American tour, but any releases or gigs or collaborations?
Well, you know me. I just had a bollocking off Paul Arnold for releasing too much stuff. So now they've got me like this ban where I've got to release every 4 weeks only so they can service the records better. In my experience, the way I've got to where I've got to is by doing things the way I do them every 2 or 3 weeks. At some point that has to change. I appreciate that. And as the quality of the records goes up, then I'm going to space them out a bit. I'm never going to be that person that releases 2 or 3 times a year ever. I've got hundreds of records, and I mean hundreds, probably 300-400 completed records. So I'm not going to be the person that creates 2 or 3 tracks a week and then sits on them forever. What's the point? Even if it does sabotage my release in some way, each record will have its own penetration. So at the moment, I'm gonna go to this 4 weeks thing and give the label the opportunity to prove to me that I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but we'll see. The proof will be in the pudding.
Super interesting. Yeah, I guess you know, different opinions on releasing. I don't know.
Well,
I think
it's as simple as this. The numbers don't lie. So if in 6 weeks' time or 8 weeks' time I look at the numbers and they've gone down, the numbers don't lie, do they? If they've gone up, then excellent. I'd love to say thank you very much. My numbers have gone up, and we'll see. I'd love to be wrong.
exactly. Well, I mean, because you've got so many, you do tease a lot of new music on your social media.
Yeah.
What do you know how you know, I saw you say the other day you're like, some of these have to come out as a free download. How do you sort of decide what becomes a free download and what comes in a release?
you know, when you've done a tune, you listen to it and you think it's the best thing ever, and 2 days later you think it's shit. You know, this for me, this game is kind of a numbers game where if you keep doing them, eventually you just drop on. There's an element of luck there is an element of luck based on samples and riffs, and there is, you know, when you do it all the time. Like I did one the other day. I texted it to Steve Aoki and he took it straight away. Straight away. He messaged about 20 minutes later, I'll take it. That's me and Steve Aoki. I'm working on something with Dimitri Vegas. I'm working on something with the Good Boys. That's done. I've got one with Joel Corey. That's done. I've got one with Camden. That's done. And my schedule is technically full for 2 years if I want it to be like that. I mean, I've got this one on Helix, then I've got another one on Helix, and I've got another one on Helix. I've got one on Solotoko. And I've got 5 on it on spinning. But I've just got so many records. Some have now become clear again. But the problem becomes when you've got so many records, some are now clear, and then you're making stronger records. Like it become a position like what, you know, and how strong they are is based on a subjective opinion. You know what I mean? So it's just really difficult when you know, creating so much music.
Totally.
You know,
I mean, but it sounds like you're sort of like not the norm in the sense that you're making so much volume of music. You know, not everybody I speak to is sitting on, you know, 200-300 songs. What is it like? Is it what do you think like makes it so easy for you to just sort of smash them out?
It's kind of, if you look at them all, they're all arranged in the same sort of way, and typically a lot of the sounds that you hear in chapter and verse songs are now saved because I've used them so many times that I know they work. So a lot of the basses, although they do sound different, they fundamentally are exactly the same. You know, they're just in different patterns and different keys, so they sound slightly different. But you know, that fireball riser that I use in every single track just before the drop, you know, the kick, the Fisher kick that I normally use in half my tunes, which is called Fisher kick. You know, I use the same laser, I use the same crash, I use the same downlift. You know, a lot of the parts now, because I've done it for so long, I've got that many tunes, I can just lob them straight in. I know what goes there, and people recognise them as being chapter and verse sounds as well.
Sure,
you know?
totally.
So, I mean, at the moment, I'm just trying to go into the studio and make something which is not the same as everybody else. That's what I'm trying to do. I've always tried to do that, but I'm trying to make things. There's one that I've just done. I don't know if you've heard this song called 2x2.
Yeah, I have heard it. Yeah.
Right. So that song is not quite finished yet. I want to change the drop a little bit, but 2x2 is one that Steve Aoki's taught. I think Patrick's sort of talking to him at the moment to try and sort that out. But it's a little bit different. It's got some different bits in it, and I'm trying to do stuff that you wouldn't say is normal tech house or normal underground or normal. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get, you know, every single record I do, I try to make a little bit different. And you know, this new one with Nomi is a bit different. There's nothing really like it. It's not like I've referenced, you know, it's not like I've referenced something. It sounds anything like anything that you've heard before. You know, very much like Lights Go Out, very much like Ashes. You know, they're not something that you can say around to me and go, oh, you've copied this or you've copied that, because it's not the same. You know. No,
totally. Well, listen, mate, thank you so much for coming by. We've had a good chat, and congratulations on the release. I wanted to, I mean, obviously, don't have to talk about this if you're not up for it. But I know I saw recently on Instagram you had some health concerns. You're in hospital. I'm glad to see you're back out and doing okay. Feeling better?
Yeah. So I randomly had like pain in my chest, which I just left, and then I had pain in my kidneys, and then I ended up dragging myself to hospital while I was on the floor, literally. And then there was tissue damage to my left kidney, so some of my left kidney had died. I then got diagnosed with something called vasculitis, which is caused by something called a rare blood disease, which is called polyophatic nodosis. So now I cannot drink.
Fair
So
enough.
I can't drink. So all the promoters in America will be absolutely delighted because I cannot drink. If I cannot drink, I cannot be too boisterous. but I was really ill. I had an attack in my heart, attack in my liver, and in my kidney, an attack in my brain. Over like 2 weeks, I was in hospital for like 3 weeks altogether. But the problem with vasculitis, if you get it in your internal organs, it leads to organ failure straight away. So within hours, I had kidney disease basically, and then that kind of went into remission. So I've got to basically take these drugs which attack the blood disease, and after 5 years, hope that in recovery that is then in remission after 5 years. So the condition is being managed, and I feel great. I've not been going out. I've not been drinking. I feel great. I'm not mentally damaged by it at all. I feel great. And music-wise, because my head's completely clear, I'm making some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll go to Ministry of Sound tomorrow, and I'll go there, you know, hang out for a bit, and then when I finish my set, I'll hang out for half an hour and I'll just go home.
Yeah, totally.
To be fair, it's done me a massive favour because I'm a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
So like a Helix Christmas party. But like I say, next Christmas party I won't be able to drink. So it'll just be like I might as well walk around with an halo on my head.
Oh, I do. I remember that party. That was a good party. You played a great set then as well, mate.
I'm all good now, mate. I'm all good. But I've got
no, we were all really worried, like in the office and stuff. So yeah, awesome. I'm glad to hear that you're on the mend.
I'm all good, and I'm looking forward to my American tour. I've got a load of shows, so I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I played some cool shows before I got ill. I played a really cool one in Miami with James Hype. Really cool. That was a big show. I absolutely killed that show as well that day. You know, it's not always that way. Sometimes I play shit, but that day I played great. You know, that's how it is sometimes. Anybody who turns around and says every day is brilliant, every day they're amazing is a liar. You know, it's true. Some days I'm shit in the studio. Some days I'm shit on the decks. Some days I'm good in the studio. Some days I'm good on the decks. That's how it works. You know, I'm quite real about it.
No, totally. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I mean, like, you know, and thank you again for coming in and hanging out and chatting, and congratulations on your release. Gonna wrap it up now. But
I'll see you in London. I'm gonna try and come down at the end of the month.
Yeah, please do, mate.
In a couple of Paul's been trying to nail me down for some dates, but I've been a bit busy. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try and come down. So I'll see you around.
Incredible, mate. Well, yeah, wicked. Take it easy. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching. We've got there's 24 hours left to win the clear Marshall Jefferson vinyl. It's literally ending tomorrow at 4 p.m.
What can you win? What can you win?
We're raffling away Marshall Jefferson Move Your Body.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a limited edition 1 of 1 vinyl print of that, which is signed by Marshall, that we're raffling off. So people can win that. It's pretty sick. And we've got a Linny remix competition running at the moment for any producers. Maybe Barry, you want to download those stems and do a Linny
I got someone messaged me last week and they're like, do you want to come and play this show? Send us a mix in and we'll consider you to play this show. I'm like, did you ask it wrong people here?
But yeah, I mean that about sums it up. There's going to be a space on Twitter next Wednesday. But yeah, thanks Barry for coming by. Thanks for everybody who tuned in, and Dan for setting up the Zoom.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
See you, mate.
Nice one. Cheers, guys. See you next week.